Is Patrick Williams a confirmed bust? That's what we're going to talk about on today's edition of the Bulls Report by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and welcome in. And after Patrick Williams has been struggling immensely, I mean, he has been terrible for the start of the NBA season, a lot of Bulls fans are suggesting that he may for sure be a bust. And I think the conversation was coming into the year. You had the Patrick Williams stands where they were saying, he could potentially be the next Kawhi Leonard. Then you had the other guys who were saying he's already a bust. Look at the way he plays. He just doesn't pass the eye test in that regards. And now we're kind of seeing that the Patrick Williams haters are starting to be a little right. And a lot of this conversation sparked after the game yesterday against the Dallas Mavericks where, listen, they call a spade here. He was awful. I mean, you guys are looking at the stats on screen right now. I mean, no points in 25 minutes, not good. 0 of 6 from the field, not good. 0 of 5 from downtown yesterday. Obviously, that's not good. He had the 3 rebounds. He had the 1 assist. But it's not even like he was a great defender yesterday. Obviously, he did slow up Luka a little bit, but I don't know, man. It was just a tough day for Patrick Williams. And, Patrick Williams did say, he did come out after the game and said, listen, I'm obviously not playing my best. I want to hit, my shots. But my overall take on this is, listen, he looks a little gun shy. Like a lot of those 3-pointers he took yesterday, he wasn't fully stepping into it and coming up in one motion. He was almost hesitant. It looked like he didn't even want to shoot the basketball, but it felt like just in the flow of the offense, like he needed to shoot. And that's never a good position to be in as a shooter. You want to be itching to get the ball. You want to be itching right here. Man, I can't wait to put this jump shot up. Instead, Patrick Williams, the complete opposite. He looks gun shy. He looks scared to shoot the ball. And I'm not going to lie, I am starting to feel bad for the guy. I understand. He has had a rough start to his career. And, he was the 4th overall pick. You may be saying, how could you ever feel bad for an athlete that's getting paid that much? But, he was under a ton of scrutiny this offseason just because people were saying, or not scrutiny, he was under a lot of expectations heading into the season saying, we do need Patrick Williams to take that next step. And he has just been awful. I mean, he's averaging, we'll go through a lot of the numbers here in a second. They're not good, but I am starting to feel bad for the guy. He looks gun shy. He looks like he doesn't want to be there on the basketball court. He looks like he wants nothing to do with the basketball. And again, if you want to be an elite offensive player in the league, you got to be itching to get the ball. You got to be itching to get your shots up. And it seems like Patrick Williams almost wants to, throw it away and just have nothing to do with it. But also, we'll say this, a little laughable that he wanted $200 million. I get it. You want to be confident in yourself, but he was just asking for $200 million. A report came out from Zach Lowe that was the type of contract he wanted, was over $200 million plus. And now just, I guess, looking back on that deal, kind of laughing at it, man. It seems a little funny to me. I don't know if that report was 100% true, but Zach Lowe doesn't necessarily miss on those. But tell you what, Patrick Williams, you better be hoping you just get a contract during your next extension, let alone $200 million. All right, so in a second here, I'm going to show you guys just kind of his advanced shooting numbers, kind of really break it down from a play-by-play basis on why he really may be struggling here. But I got to ask you guys, what is the biggest reason Patrick Williams is struggling? I'm going to have to say confidence. I think it's no doubt confidence, but you guys can let me know your thoughts down below. I'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. So what's YouTube going to do? They're going to throw an ad break your way. You guys got to sit back, let it play, answer today's pinned comment of what is the biggest reason Patrick Williams is struggling. So let's dive into a little bit of an advanced shooting numbers here. Not good. I mean, the catch and shoot 3-point percentage is at 13.3. Terrible. Pull-up jumper percentage at 30%. On all pull-ups, he's shooting 30% this year. His overall field goal percentage is 26.7. And I did want to include this right here. Less than 10 feet is at 60%. Well, let's just be a little self-aware people and just, analysis guys or whatever, however you want to say, media heads right now. We look at the first 2. Terrible, terrible. Overall field goal percentage, terrible. Less than 10 feet, pretty freaking good. Free throw line down. How about we start getting to the rim a little more? Stop being just a catch and shoot 3-point shooter. You're 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan. Get downhill. Use that athletic ability that we saw all of last season. And I'm really starting to shake my head here, just kind of scratch my head and raise an eyebrow to the fact that this dude was great last season. I understand 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Nothing to, blow your mind away about or nothing to blow the stat sheet away. But, dude, he shot 40% from 3. 41.5 to be specific. shot 46% from the field. He's nowhere near that this season. So I have no idea what's going on with him. My overall take with this, kind of said it a little bit earlier, I think this is a complete mental game for Patrick Williams. Starting to remind me a lot of the Ben Simmons situation where he just didn't want the ball in his hand, where both those guys are really like naturally talented basketball players, but they're just struggling with the mental side of the game. You got to be confident. Sometimes you got to fake it. Like, I was a shooter growing up. Like, that was kind of my role in high school, AAU, no matter what it was, even playing in college a little bit, I was a pure shooter. And what I would tell myself, even if it was not true, and it's not true, I would be like, you're the best shooter in the world. You're the best shooter in the world. You just got to get the ball. I just kept telling myself that over and over again because confidence leads to results, especially when shooting the ball. So looks like a mental thing with Patrick Williams here, but we'll dive into him and Tory Craig here in a second. But I do want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor of the Bulls Report, and that is Prize Picks. If you guys head to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use the promo code CLNS, it will give you guys a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks makes the game so much more enjoyable to watch. Make sure you guys do get tuned in on the fun. All you got to do is choose 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and you guys can start rolling in the cash today. One last time, prizepicks.com/CLNS. And if you guys use that code CLNS, you'll get a first deposit match all the way up to $100. Make sure you guys do get tuned up or get hooked up today with Prize Picks. It makes the game so much more fun. And the link will be for that in the comment section and the description of today's show. Make sure you guys do get hooked up today. So my take, Patrick Williams, Tory Craig. I think it's fully time to start Tory Craig in this one. Listen, Tory Craig, it's not like he's been blowing away expectations amongst Bulls fans, but honestly, he's been just living up to them. Like what we thought Tory Craig was going to be. He was going to be that catch and shoot, 3-point shooter, come in, be a good role player, good connector piece on offense. That's what he's been. He's shooting 41.7% from deep this season. I think he's been pretty freaking good in that regard. 6 points, 4.0 rebounds, only averaging about 20 minutes a game. So obviously the overall numbers are going to be down, but that's the type of role player I want on my basketball team. And if Patrick Williams is not going to be a star or even like a high-end role player, get a guy like Tory Craig in the lineup. Like where a guy like that is going to you just know his role and just play that at its best level. And I think Tory Craig does that better than P-Dub. And going a little deeper on Tory Craig this season, his catch and shoot 3, 36.4. He's actually hit all of his pull-up jumpers. He's only taken 3 of them, but he's hit 100% of them. Obviously, getting to the rim is not his specialty, but Tory Craig, he's had a good start to his year, kind of been meeting expectations. So, listen, I would start him, but if you guys disagree with me, let me know. Who would you start? Patrick Williams, type those PWs, or if you think it's TC for Tory Craig, type those TCs down below. Listen, I'd probably go Tory Craig. Also, this could also send a message to Patrick Williams. Just a thought out there. Maybe you put him on the bench. Maybe he gets a little more motivated. Maybe he gets a little more aggressive when he gets in the lineup next. But right now, you just frankly just can't roll out Patrick Williams. I just can't do it. So I'm going to type my TCs down below. But I do want to wrap up today's show talking about a little Jevon Carter because he has really impressed me this year, and specifically his pull-up jumper game. I think it's just been absolutely fantastic. Listen, Jevon Carter on the season, that 5 games, kind of, again, living up to those expectations. He's got 6 points a game, 1.2 boards, 46.2% from the deck, and he's shooting an incredible number from 3 as well. I really think he's been like kind of this X factor for the Bulls this season. Guys like him, Caruso, and Craig, like I love the role players we have on this team. Honestly, it just comes down to the stars to me, and I just don't really think they've been playing well. I think LaVine, DeRozan, and Vucevic, they just don't mesh together, and we've really seen it come to fruition this year and especially last. But guys like Carter, Craig, I'm all here for it. They were great pickups. Maybe you can honestly ship a couple of those guys, maybe get some picks at the deadline. But one takeaway I had, I absolutely love his pick and roll game. We've really seen it this year. He would come off that screen, get into that pull-up jumper, and he's been great in that regard. So I'm a big fan of what he's done on the basketball court for the Bulls. And, hey, if you guys are too, let's show Jevon Carter some love down in the comment section. Type those 5s, type his jersey number, show Mr. JC, the kid out of Chicago, some love by typing his jersey number down below. And we will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching today's edition of the Bulls Report. If you guys haven't already, do make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We go live for almost every game here. They're a ton of fun. Live play-by-play. Have a couple drinks as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. See y'all next time. Go Bulls, baby.